From comic books to capital markets, Cliff Asness has conquered it all. Born in 1966 in Queens, New York, Cliff Asness grew up in a middle-class family. With his dad working as a city assistant district attorney, he went from winning debates at the dinner table to summa cum laude at the University of Pennsylvania, scoring a bachelor's in economics in 1988. He moved on to the University of Chicago, where he received an MBA, then a PhD in finance under the tutelage of the legendary Eugene Fama, commonly known as the father of modern finance. Cliff's thesis on variables that explained stock returns wasn't just homework. It was a finance game changer. He dove into publishing papers on momentum and value investing, co-authored the iconic Do Hedge Funds Hedge, and even added a twist to the Fama French model with his momentum factor. Professor, researcher, and now Wall Street legend, Cliff's career is a masterclass in blending theory with practice. Cliff worked nearly a decade at Goldman Sachs, where he studied and learned under Fisher Black, historic economist with a PhD in applied mathematics, and half of the famous Black-Scholes options model. At Goldman, Cliff managed what would eventually become Goldman Sachs Global Alpha Fund. The Global Alpha Fund was Cliff's initial opportunity to showcase all his work as a finance PhD researcher, and he quickly succeeded. This fund became a launchpad for the careers Cliff and fellow finance researcher and famous stock market statistician Mark Carhart. After this exponential rise, Cliff, alongside David Kabler, John Liu, and Robert Crail, co-founded Applied Quantitative Research, otherwise known as AQR Capital Management, in 1998. Imagine managing over $140 billion in assets, pioneering quantitative strategies, and making academic research practical for investors. That's AQR. But Cliff didn't stop at business. He's a major donor to the University of Chicago, set up the AQR Asset Management Institute, and supports financial literacy and education through various causes. On top of all that, he is also an avid Marvel comic collector and a Brazilian jiu-jitsu practitioner. With accolades like Bloomberg's 50 Most Influential People in Global Finance and awards from the CFA Institute, Cliff Asness is not just a finance guru, he's a legend. He's made factor investing accessible to everyone and mentored a new generation of finance pros. So next time you think of quantitative investing, remember Cliff Asness, the man who turned numbers into a legacy. Thanks for tuning in to Mathematicians. Stay calculating, my friends.